am here taking a snack before I go to bed. I just arrived from a party and it was the 80s, 90s theme. I went with my girlfriends and it was a good evening. Now let's have some food because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Hey Jay, how you doing? Loving my outfit. I adore it. We were a bunch of ladies and we all got the same outfit, just different colors. And yeah, I even have like a little headband with a bow, kind of like a la Madonna. Before I go to bed, so I had a good club sandwich for dinner at La Belle et la Bœuf, and now I didn't get to take a dessert. Even there was a dessert that looked good. I'm like, I did not take it. So now I'm getting some cookies. I could not go to bed looking like this, not showing it off online. I even have the pouch, the fanny pack. I mean, it was fully equipped. How was your evening, you guys? Or your day, whenever you're watching this? Oh, look damn good. Man, it was a good night. When Eric was alive, we used to go to a couple dress-up parties with our friends. It was really fun. So that was the first one in quite many years. And so yeah, I went and dressed up like. So it was good. Oh. So it was a good reminder. And tonight at the restaurant, it was a different vibe today that I was on. And at the restaurant, they are having like some fundraiser for the cancer, I guess. And it said FU cancer on their shirt, on the waitress shirt. And I was like, I'm cool. And then at one point I'm talking to my friend, I said, you know what, like, I'm looking at the shirts. Oh man, I had an extra pocket that I didn't know was there. So I just saw it. And I said, you know what? I'm not even angry. I'm not even like, fuck you, cancer. And so either I've numbed that or either I'm not. There's just a lot of positive things that happen in my life, right? Because my husband had cancer. And so I've always seen the positive side of everything. And I'm like, like I'm not more sad than that, not more angry. And then at one point, like, I'm not kidding, like 30 seconds later, I look at the shirt again. I'm like, I just wanted to cry. Oh my God, I can't. And I was starting to cry. I started crying. And my friend said, do you want to go cry in the bathroom? Like, maybe, yeah. And I said, do you want me to come with you? I'm like, yes. So I've accepted to be held while I was crying, which was new to me because usually when I cry, I go cry in my shower, right, by myself. But then I cried at the restaurant. First time in the past 6-7 years, I'm triggered by the word cancer. It was the first time. Hey. So I said, new level, new emotional level unlocked. And your brain processes emotion when it feels safe to do so. So it's a good compliment to my friend that I felt safe in her presence to allow that emotion. I guess my brain allowed it, and I felt safe within me as well, right? But what's funny, I can see how this situation has happened because today in my shower, I went and cried for 45 minutes. but because that's how I process my emotions. I imagine at one point, one second, I'm just really hungry. That cookie is so good. I am hungry. That was so good. There's a little... Hey, Christophe, comment ça va? On a une autre boîte de biscuits. We have another box of cookies. Oh, pussy. My puppy's like, man, I want cookies too. You didn't get cookies? No, that's not for you. Anyway. I was eating the decadent, le decadent, and now we don't have any more, so I just chip away. I'm gonna wait, I'm just gonna finish my story. Like, where did I finish? I'm just... Oh yeah, about the shower. So I was taking my shower earlier today, and I was imagining at one point, I'm like, oh my god, what if I don't have another boyfriend, right? I had to go in my head with the concept that maybe I'm not gonna have someone else until my kids are older. Maybe I will, and I'm just not making this thought the truth. I'm just making the thought of like, oh, you want to be here thought? Well, let's see and heal you, right? Because all thoughts are just that. They come and then you say, oh, hi, and then goodbye. That's it. So instead of attaching a meaning to it, I just say, well, let me hear what you have to say. And so the thought was like, no, puppy, what if I don't have anyone because nobody's good enough for me? I haven't found someone good enough for me yet, who's the leader, the masculine leader that I want, because I'm not yet the divine feminine, I guess, that's going to receive yet. But I'm okay because tonight, as I was dancing, I'm like, the first time I'm okay with not having a man in my life. We're dancing with my girlfriends. I'm like, the first time I don't need that validation. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. But so as I was taking my shower, I said that I showered today. Just in case you didn't catch that, I did shower. So did my kids. But I'm probably due for another one because I sweat a lot tonight. Oh, chicken. Oh my god, he just wants to get cuddled. He just wants to be cuddled. You want to be cuddled, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Let me just get him closer. Okay, come close to me. Come to mama. Come to mama. Yeah. Oh, you're excited. You're excited. Oh. The chair is so high. Oh, push. No. Okay. When we're in bed, he cuddles me all night long, but all night long, all night, all night, all night long, all night. And sometimes I'll be cuddling my girls while they're falling asleep, and he lies down beside them. And if I don't touch him, he's like, touch me, touch me, touch me now. Okay, I got it. Oh, come on. Oh, that's it. Push. Oh. So, during that shower that I took, because I did take it. For the 5th time, I did shower today. And I don't drink, right? So I only drank water tonight, so I am not drunk. This is me not drunk. Just me high on dancing. And so in that shower, I imagine having a new, like not having a man, like saying, okay, what if I don't have a man? Right? And I said, I kind of like imagine talking to my husband saying, I'm so sorry, like I'm sorry, like it's been 6 years and I still haven't found someone else. Like kind of like disappointed, a little bit disappointed in me for that. And I'm really not, like honestly, I'm not disappointed, but there was an emotion at the time of, like, because I went through the whole life insurance, the inheritance I was left. And I said, oh my God, like I went through it all. But then I was like, well, you only left enough for like 5-6 years, right? And I said, maybe imagine that, first of all, you didn't imagine he was going to die for real, but maybe imagine that I would have found someone else since then, right? And I was a little in that, when I go cry, I cry not just one thought or one emotion, like I cry a lot of emotion. And then I was like, man, God, I allowed someone to provide for me. And this is a big one. I had a lot of insecurities from my mom's story and of like allowing a man like to take care of me financially. I always work. So when I had my baby, I was a stay-at-home mom and not working, and I was okay with that, right? And I decided to stay that way, and then he passed. And then like I had the inheritance, so even though he was not there physically, I was still provided for. And now it's like I am not provided for. I even studied. My business not working. It's working fantastic. We're gonna start speaking what we want to see. And it was just like, damn, God, like you took me everything to allow this guy to provide for me, and then you take him away. It's gonna take how long before I trust someone else? But and all of this, right? Because when I do my crying session, like I do a lot of, when I do coaching, we go through layers, but I've already gone through those layers before I work with someone. So that's why it's like, I'm already on that new frequency. So the person that comes was on my last frequency and then just is ready to level up to my level, right? And so that way I'm able to do some of the good reframing of stuff that I can do for others. But then it was like, okay, so this led to imagining, okay, I don't have a new boyfriend. Let's say, imagine I don't have anyone. Because my husband did say, well, I am okay. He did say that before he died. I'm okay if the girls take your new husband or new boyfriend, like new husband's last name. And I was like, oh, no, wait. Right? Well, this time it's like, the girls and I, we've always had the hope and the knowing, because I'm still young, and not just because I'm still young, I could be 90 and still be young and still have as much chance of finding love, maybe even more. Oh. But I put myself so much down, like saying, oh my God, who wants a mother with children, like a mother, like, anyway, now I'm a gift now, so I've seen that. And it was like, but the worst thing that can happen if I don't find someone else is not even for me. I really don't care. Honestly, I don't care. It's for my kids, right? Because our brain has a way of, like, our vibration won't attract what we want because we have subconscious belief and subconscious fears. And so I noticed one of my fear, right? And I lived that emotion tonight. Was, okay, if we don't have anyone, like, okay, what's the worst thing that can happen? Is that my kids, like, right now, like, we're hyped, we're ready. The girls, they don't even know the next man. I don't even have a boyfriend I'm talking to, or a guy I'm talking to. And they're like, we already love him, right? There's already so much love waiting for that man that's gonna show up in our life one day. But there's a part of me that's like, oh, if I say, like, consciously, I'm not dating until my kids are older, then for the rest, like for the next 10, 15 years, they're gonna grow with no dad, right? And I was like, oh, that kind of hit me. That hit me. Because now we have like, oh, it's gonna be like their new dad. Like, we know he's not their biological dad, but adoptive dad. Like, you know, if their stepdad is still a dad. I don't care, stepdad, bio adoptive, it's all a dad. You're the dad parent. Like, you're the parent, right? And that's why the person who's gonna be my life will step as the role. It's like, you don't just get to be my husband, you get to be a dad too. Like, that comes like, here you sign here, and that comes, you come with 2 kids, and you know, whatever's gonna be added later. But and I was like, oh, my inner child felt so much. Like she cried a lot because she was like, oh my God, like right now they have the hope that they're gonna have someone, so maybe they have not lived their grief fully yet. Because I don't know how much they understand that he's not coming back, right? Because right now it's like, oh, I can have another dad, right? And that's how I felt too. But now in my shower, I was like, oh shit, if I decide not to get anyone, then it's just me. And I said, I imagine having a conversation with my girls where I'm like, girls, I'm not gonna date and there's not gonna be any dad. And I imagined it a little heartbreaking, which broke my heart too. Because I'm like, man, like we've had that hope and now like it's just crushed by choice. And then what came up after that was like, one second. In that story in my head, right? Because it's just a story too. But that means I was heartbroken, right? And the thing was like, in telling them, girls, it's just you girls and me, nobody else. And that one was like, I imagine saying, oh, it's okay, mama, we love you and we want you, that we chose you as a mom. Because Emily tells me that, like, our soul chose you. And it's like, it's just me, and I felt like I was not enough as one parent, right? As if we're not a complete family. And now I know that's just me transposing this, and I don't see myself as a family, which is weird, right? There are so many other families that are just one parent. And we have 2 kids, there's a mom, there's like 2 hamster, a dog, a cat, and a dead dad. And it's like, oh, and I still think that's not enough. I still think that we are incomplete just because there's no man. Oh, that one was I'm not good enough. I am not good enough. I am not enough. As if I was the only one who gets to to provide happiness. When my husband was there, as if like just the presence of someone else would make their life even better. Of course, our life will be better. Not better, yeah. It will up-level our life for sure. But right now, I have to say, I am enough. I am enough. We are a family. I mean, there are different types of family. I could have decided to have children with just a sperm donor, and I would still be a family, right? What about all those families that only have one parent that had a sperm donor or whatever, right? Are they not families? This is where, for me, to stop judging myself, I have to see others and like other situations and say, how about them? She's only one mom. Is she less than a family because of that? Then it's like, no. Well, then why does it apply to you? Yeah, right? So by doing that work by allowing myself to think for others, like from an outside perspective, then I can give myself that love and compassion that, oh yeah, I am enough, right? But anyway, so all of this, I imagine after that, I was with the arm candy of my new man, and he was known or something, and there was a lot of people for some reason in that image that I had. There was a lot of people in that room, not quite a church, but kind of like looking at me from both sides, looking at us, and I was imagining them saying, hey, it's her, it's the widow, it's her, right? Being the center of attention, oh, it's her, she's the girlfriend, and she's the widow. And then at one point, that image came energetically, like, okay, I'm the center of attention. It changed energetically to my husband when he passed, because we didn't do a 3D wake, a 3 or 2 day wake. We didn't have it a wake at all. His parents didn't want to have a wake, and I just said, okay, we're not gonna have a wake. Which, by the way, now I regret. I don't regret, but I wish I did at the time. I was a people pleaser a lot, big time, right? Because by not doing that, I did not allow myself to receive sympathies and to receive love and to receive hugs and to just simply receive people in my heart. We just receive people like just before the church, like I don't know, half an hour before the church, before the actual funeral. And even I was organizing the funeral, I was part of it, so I was kind of running around. So at one point, it's like, when I was nearby, Eric's parents were like, oh, I present to you the wife. Like, that's my son's wife, right? She's here. But I imagine, right, because you can't change what happened in the past, but you can go give yourself what you didn't get at the time. And so as I cried the part of no dad, because what got triggered by saying there's no dad and nobody is the actual trigger of like your dad died, right? And I felt like ugh. Anyway, so in that thing, I'm telling you a story. Thank you for whoever's gonna listen. For me, it just feels good to say it. It's recorded, and I know that story is gonna resonate with people who need it. So, and this is how my brain processes things. It's how it processes my emotion, and I can just look at the story as being told, the thought, the image, and I'm enjoying to see how the process of how it changes and how the image evolves, and what after I've lived the emotion, what has been triggered, how has that evolved, and what has been attracted from it after. And so I imagine myself at a wake where people came and gave me their sympathies, and I was crying. I've never allowed myself much to cry in front of other people live. Live here. I don't see you guys, and you're not gonna be like, oh, we love you, man. Like, you can write it down and stuff, but it's not the same as the physical contact. Physical contact for me is really loving. I'm a big physical contact, like, to know that I'm loved, hugs and stuff, right? And there was a time I was like, oh, but if I get hugs, I'm just gonna start crying, and the fear is that I'm not gonna stop crying, right? Anyway, so I imagine myself, I close my eyes, and I imagine myself I was at the wake, and that people were coming and giving me kisses and hugs and just saying my sympathies, and I was crying, and not in that image, that scene, I was not crying, right? I felt like crying, and I cried, and I was not stopping the tears from coming out. I'm like, you know what, you have the right to do that. And then I imagine when we do the last prayer and closing the coffin, Eric got cremated, so we didn't have a closing of the coffin, like a last goodbye or something. Like, my last goodbye was at the funeral home to identify the body, to say, yes, that's him, you can cremate him now, right? Which was really weird. Like, it's not weird, it's like, okay, but like, he definitely in the last week, he had changed from his last date that I saw him at the hospital, right? Anyway, and they had put some makeup. It's like, oh, I don't care. I want to see how he looked like. This looks ridiculous. But anyway, so I imagine like the closing of the coffin, and I cried the way I cry when I go to a funeral of people I love, or just a regular funeral, because last prayer is always sad. Anyway, and then I imagine walking behind the coffin, or I don't know, I just imagine myself walking in the church aisle, right? Kind of like the wedding, but like it kind of was the funeral of people looking at me. That's kind of how it felt like. Oh, it's her, right? And I imagine just like me crying and seeing people having people seeing me cry as I walk down the aisle for his funeral, and I sat down and just cried. That was how I had it processed in my mind, the new thought today. It's not what happened. I was making jokes then. I was still like, yeah, there was a little bit of sadness, but I did a 10-minute eulogy where I was like the motivational person, and I'm sure I told Eric, please, like, you can use me, like, speak through me, and we had written something, and I know he had helped me writing what I wrote. But tonight I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna cry. I'm just gonna let it out. Anyway, so now fast forward, my shower is done. I released a lot of old energy, and I also got angry. I got oh, fuck you, like, this is not the kind of relationship I want. A parking, like, you say you're providing for me, because I'm like, hey, oh yeah, so what came out right out of that? Because my goal is to have a closer relationship to God, and and the universe and how it provides for me all the time and how it has my back. And so I was like angry at God saying, hey, it took me everything to allow this guy to provide for me. Oh shit. Just in. I have a hard time to let God provide for me fully. Shit them out. Yeah. Anyways, I said, oh God, I was pissed off. Like, I let one guy in and you take him away. And now, like, you give me just a closed parking is not enough. Like, you have to provide for me financially and substantially, so I don't have to stress anymore. Because right now I'm stressing, even though I'm finding all the ways not to stress out. Like, yes, I'm like, okay, the unknown is like a surprise party, and I know everything works out better than I can imagine. Like, I'm hyping myself up daily on this one. That when I'm a match to it energetically, it will find me. But I was like, God, you gotta do better now. I don't just accept a free parking, like a parking close to the door, or I deserve better. No breadcrumbs. And excuse me. That was something else, I think. Anyway, so I just told him, you know what? I'm angry at you. And if being angry at you means that me and my kids die because you decide to kill us for some reason, like whatever, I don't care. I'm not gonna kill myself. Nobody's gonna kill my kids, but it's just like there was a fear. If I think negative, something bad's gonna happen to my kids, and I'm gonna lose them, or right? And then like, you know what? You want an honest relationship? I will tell you, this is shit. This is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. Because when you always see the positive, and I'm not saying it's toxic. There's like toxic positivity. Fuck that shit. That positivity is helping us stay afloat when your brain can't process the very painful stuff. So I'm all good for toxic positivity. It's not toxic. It's just positivity until you can actually feel better. And I can see that. Okay. There's a lot of energy that's still transmuted when you yawn, when you burp. I did burp a lot after dinner today. That's energy that's being released, so that's circulating. That's good. Anyway, I'm gonna fast forward tonight. We're going to dinner. I'm meeting new people tonight, and one of my good friends, she's there beside me. And so I start, like, I was fine, and then we go outside because I start having a huge headache. Like, my God, this is not normal. I don't get headache, but we're talking about stuff like that was kind of lower vibration, and I know if I'm in a lower vibration, I'm gonna start feeling it physically. Anyway, and we went outside. Then it was freezing outside. Like, it was raining this, and it's kind of raining today. Man, I was like shivering. I was not even cold when I got back. I was shivering. My teeth, like, I could not stop for like 2-3 minutes. My teeth just shattered, like, not shattered, shivered, and I can't stop. I could not stop, like, getting, my teeth couldn't stop shivering. And I'm like, this is weird. And I wasn't even cold. I said, you know what? Instead of judging it, I'm just gonna allow it. And so I let my body shake. Okay, no. I let my body shake. Like, it was not a seizure. I was just like, okay, my nervous system needs to let go. Like animals, if they go through trauma, to complete their trauma, their body goes into kind of a seizure thing, or like a shaking. They're shaking it off, and then they come back and they're all normal. Well, maybe that's what seizures are. People have seizures. Maybe they're just completing trauma. Like an animal. Interesting. But anyway, so I was shivering and I was like this, and I said, I'm just gonna allow it. So I did that, and we're hungry. It took a long time before we ordered. And I don't have low glucose, like, and I had my drink, so definitely had sugar. Just I was hungry and I had a headache. Started eating, and then I see the FU cancer on, that was kind of their campaign this month, I guess. And I'm like, oh, hey, my friend. I was saying my girlfriend, I'm like, oh, you know what? I've never been really angry, like, fuck you, Cancer. And I've never had that emotion. I was like, thank you, Cancer. Like, it happened for me. It had a lot of good things that happened. Oh. And so, even if he died, even if my mom passed away too, right? So I really have a lot of appreciation for Cancer, honestly. It has helped me be here where I am today. Because I see a lot of the positive, like it's a different perspective. And I know a lot of people who had cancer, for them, it was just a time for them to start thinking about themselves and their needs and to change their life, right? Because if you're not going to take a break, the universe will make you take a break. However it's going to happen. Anyway, so in cancer for me, right, if my husband was meant to die, well, personally, it's so selfish, but I'd rather have him having cancer because it gives me time for my system to adjust, right? It gave me time to adjust. It gave me time to say my goodbyes. It gave me time to adjust to my new role as like just fully the only person, the only parent. I'm a baby, and right, it was just a smooth process. See, my mom, my grandfather also had cancer. So like, cancer, if the soul chooses that it ends, I'd rather this than a car accident, right? That I don't think my soul, my ego, and everything would have been able to take that. So for me, there was a lot of blessing behind it, like being able to do more souvenirs for my kids and like being able to anticipate more and like, okay, push. And so, but tonight I tell her that, yeah, I'm fine, like all is good, and I've never had that. I'm not kidding you, like 30 seconds later, I'm looking at the shirt and I'm like, I want to cry now. She's like, oh, man, well, just cry. Like, I really want to cry now. And I started crying, I was bawling, and we went to the washroom. She offered me to go to the washroom, and she offered to come with me, which I've not had a lot, that kind of support, right? And so she came with me, and she just hugged me while I was crying. Usually I cry by myself in my shower. And I tell my kids not to come. Like, okay, I'm just going to go in on my cry, right? That's it. And sometimes, sometimes they just come and give me a hug, and then they go back. Because I'm not putting that burden on their shoulders. You already have your own things. But I was like, it felt good. And I cried for like 5-10 minutes. Then I came back, and my friend asked me, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm not okay. And I start crying, and I explained to one of their friends, like, because of the cancer thing. And I know it can make some people uncomfortable, right? But she still, like, hugged me and saying, like, in my head, because in my head, how I imagined it was, like, having all my girlfriends just coming in, like, big group hug. That didn't happen the physical. But that's okay, because in my mind it happened. I gave myself I fulfilled through my own mind what it is I wanted. And when my friend that was there, that was enough. She was enough to remind me that I was not alone in there. It was beautiful. And like, man, from my shower today to like actually acknowledging that I was sad. I am sad. Yeah, I'm sad a little bit at times that he's not there. We had a blast, man. We had a blast together. Okay, with no romantic, but man, a huge blast. Anyway, so tonight I went dancing, and it was like, we used to go dancing, and we were so good. He was a good dancer, and he always enjoyed dressing up like this. We would go to dress up parties and stuff, and he was one of the good dancer on the floor, which was fun. Like, and then tonight I said, it kind of reminds me of this. Like, I think it's the first one in a long time that I go to a dance party like that. And it felt good. I'm like, hey, see, I'm building my community. I don't need a husband to have friends. Even though I'm not working, I still am able. I found people that I care about and that care about me, and I can have that kind of experience, which is, I'm very proud of myself. I will say that. I'm very proud of me. And then tonight there was a dance. One of the songs was like, Do You Believe in Love from Cher? And I'm like, oh my God, this song. I remember when my grandfather was 75 and he died at 89. But when he was 75, we did his 75th birthday party, I think. And I was dressed up as Cher with a big black wig and a black dress with poofy shoulder, and I was singing in front of my whole family, kind of more karaoke, but so that reminded me of my grandfather. But my mom too. My mom, she loved that song. She would always like sing like in the house. Like we had a lot of fun. Again, not perfect parent. There was a lot of emotional neglect in a way, but other than this, the rest was great. Right? I have really good fun memories of fun things I've done with my mom, even my dad. Like other than emotional support, the way I would have liked it to be, the rest was pretty good. Like it was really, really fun. I had really, really fun parents. And so, oh, my mom is with me. And then we do some line dancing. And at one point there's this song, 19 years ago, 2004, when I moved to Montreal. Like I met Eric and Amos, and I said, I'm moving to Montreal in 2 weeks. He's like, oh, I already live in Montreal. When you move, I will message you. And not message me because we didn't have phone, like we didn't have text and stuff. So he called me. He said, I'm gonna call you the day you move, and he did. And we actually ended up showing me Montreal. And the week after, he's like, oh, I'm starting like country line dancing classes with my sister. I'm like, my sisters. I'm like, oh my God, I'd love to join. Like, if you're okay with that, I would love to join. I love line dancing. I think the universe aligned everything perfectly. Like, it was just perfect. Now I know everything is perfect right now. And so we did line dancing for 2 years. And there's this one song that we were dancing for 2 hours a night, once a week, 2 hours, with a bunch of older people. Man, those people, they had more stamina than we did. They were good. And there's this song, ba-ba-doo, ba-ba-doo, bam-bam, da-da-da-da. It's called Last Night. And that was my favorite song. Like, man, we would jump, and it's like 4 steps, but like front, back, and go wee, wee. And I still remember this was my favorite song of the entire 2 years. It's the only one I remember. I mean, 4 steps. It's 1, 2, boop, boop, and then you just do a pivot, kind of. And so I hear this song tonight, and for a while, for a long time, I never heard this song, right? I heard it like 4 years ago on the radio once. I'm like, oh my God, this is my song. And I'm like, this reminds me of Eric, obviously. And I was like, oh my God, it's my song. Let's go, follow me. And I started dancing. My friends followed. I think it must have been like 25 people. People were following me dancing this song. I'm like, oh my God, Eric is definitely there. Right? So as I felt the pain tonight in my shower, in the restaurant, I've allowed my friend to offer me more love, right? And said, thank you, because you've given me the opportunity to be there for you, which for her was a privilege. Right? It's a privilege that we give people to be there for us. And yeah, so I said, you know what? Energetically, right? If you want to feel a deeper love, it has to go on the opposite side too of feeling a deeper pain, because everything is energy. So to allow more love, you got to allow all emotion. You can't say, I don't want to live the extreme emotion. I don't want to live sadness, which sadness, like in grief, is at the bottom of the emotional scale. But you got bliss at the other end. So if you're always like just like this in the middle, stagnant, like not stagnant, but kind of like, okay, a little frustration, a little impatience, but you're never gonna live and feel that deep bliss and that deep love and feeling deeply loved. Not just by one person, but by the entire planet and the universe and by God and whatever you want to believe in, the aliens. And as you go and heal those deeper emotions, because emotions are just there for a message, right? They're there for a little bit. And then they go away as you acknowledge them. Which I did today. And then I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, okay, Rick, you're there for sure, right? Instead of saying, no, he's doing there. My mom, they still live through music. They still live through games that I play. They still live through me and the girls, but they still live through. Ah, puppy. Like just on the radio saying, oh, that's a song that they live through the memories, the emotion. Like music evokes emotion, and I'm like, oh my God, thank you for all the good time we had. And I was able to have genuine like love for my husband and like appreciation, and for my mom, and then for my dad. He's still alive. I don't talk to him much, but I was able to have a lot of appreciation. Hey, Gucci Rush girl, I haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing? Hello, girl. Yes, it was a good evening. And I left at around 12:15. Had good talks. It was fun to dance on a lot of good music. It was 80s, 90s parties. All right, one last bite. Now with the colder weather, I'm assuming the little fruit fly will go away. I have a lot less than that this week. I pour some bleach down my drain. But you know what? Maybe they're living in the drain where it's humid. I'm gonna just drown them with bleach. I definitely have lessons doing that. Okay, bedtime. Tomorrow we're going to get snow. Our friends there. I haven't seen in a while. So I messaged them and said, hey, we're thinking of going. And so this weekend our schedule aligned. And so I'm looking forward. Not too long of a drive, so it's good. I'm gonna see them, spend the night there, spend Thanksgiving with them. They were good friends when Eric was alive. Actually, my friend Daphne, she was with Eric in university. And then she moved to Australia, and for a long time I had not talked to her or had seen her. Or then all of a sudden, like I get a message from this girl. I'm like, who's that? Oh, I was with Eric's. Like, so we became really good friends. Like we became really good friends, her and I. So it's good. I love how life just happens. Like man, the universe. Like, oh, I don't know why I'm stressing. I'm getting excited. Right, just as I said, the universe with my husband just kind of like aligned. Everything was super perfectly aligned. I wanted, like, when I went to Montreal, I didn't think, oh, I'm going to take some line dancing classes. I just happened to be there, met him, and then he said, we're doing this. I'm like, oh, I want in, right? And when I moved, like, I was moving in the next 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, I'm moving in 2 weeks. He's like, I'm going back tomorrow, but I'll be there. There was a chance that I talked to the guy that came from Montreal, right? The universe had planned this, and he was supposed to go in Cégep as a power technician. That was his dream, to become a power technician. But then he said, oh, the McGill, mining, engineering, recruiting team did an amazing job, and they sold their program very well. And so that was like 3 years prior, like 2-3 years prior, or maybe 2 years, before he knew me. So the universe already knew we were gonna meet, because otherwise we would have been as a power technician. So if it wasn't for McGill getting him to do that, and him not living his dream, right? He still got to blow shit up. I mean, that was his literal job. at the mine was to plan to blow rocks, right, and make explosion. He was not the one pressing the button and doing this, but he was the one planning. And even before he passed away, he wanted to build a launcher, a firework launcher. And so in the last few, every time he would go to the hospital, he would he brought like he built a box. He had ordered like the wires and like the remote control. He was building a remote control that everything like was connected. He never ended up using it because he didn't finish it. It was very close though. I think we're pretty much very close to just like installing the fuse and stuff. Before, when he passed, he's getting his cancer treatment at a hospital, spending the week there, and like working on this on this box that looked like a bomb. They're like, you're gonna think I'm crazy. But yeah, but if it wasn't from him choosing mining, we wouldn't have met. Like, and it definitely, that choice for him changed my life. And I also made a choice to go to Montreal and not Belleville in hotel management, which would have changed too, right? It's crazy. It's crazy how, like, life just like, like for me, I'm still in awe with this. So I know as I make choices for my life right now that, like, I know it. Like, I'm not gonna end up single, and I know, like, there's a deep inner knowing that I will have that family that I consider complete. But I have to see myself as shit. Fuck. That's what I need to do. Right? To see the family complete that I want to see. Because the world is just a mirror of ourselves. If I don't see myself complete, I cannot attract things in my reality that look to me complete. If I still see that I'm not enough, or then I'm attracting men that are not good enough for me, right? If I don't think that I'm good enough, I'm still like not enough. Oh, fuck. Shit, yeah. Does that mean somebody who didn't have children, boyfriend and girlfriend, are they not enough for each other to be a family? No, because when you get married, like, this is your new family. Your partner is your family. What about the single people? Are they not? That's on my reframe, right? Are they not family? But they're their own family. Well, therefore, right? We have our extended family, but we have to see ourselves. So if I see myself as whole and complete, because I'm like, it's just missing one thing. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but yeah. If I see myself as missing something in the work I do, I won't make money because there's still gonna be something missing. Thinking I need to do I have to clear another block, or I need to do something more to attract clients, or to attract contracts, or to attract more love, or to attract more money, right? I'm not attracting money, so that means I still am not good enough, because if I was good enough, I would attract money. That's bullshit. Yeah. If I was good enough, right? It's like saying, well, if I was good enough, my dad would be here. And I know there's a lot of people I talk to that have issues with their family not choosing them. And not feeling, I won't say not loving. I cannot say that my dad doesn't love me. I'm fucking lovable. I'm like, of course he loves me. And that's what I had as a discussion tonight with myself in the car. Of course your dad loves you. Fuck. If you see who you are, you're a fucking gift in his life. But I can be loved and not feel loved. But that feeling is just a feeling inside of me, right? If I still feel that I'm incomplete and not enough, right? Because, shut up. Stop. No. It's like, if you think you're not enough, then every aspect of your life will feel like you're not enough. And a lot of people say, oh, because my parents are not there, or like they abandoned me, they don't love me. And I don't think it's true anymore. Oh, excuse me. I feel good. It's like, of course they love us. Did you see also? The only reason they would not love us is because I'm transposing that I don't love me. Maybe I don't, and I said, maybe I don't love him, but because I don't love him doesn't mean he doesn't love me. And again, there's a part of me that still love my dad, so, right. But I was like, the breakthrough right now that I had live was, shit, I cannot see that complete full family of like 2 parents and stuff if I think I'm not enough. Because then I'm going to attract a guy who thinks he's not enough. Because it's my mirror, right? People are your mirror. So if you think you're not enough, the other guy will think he's not enough for you and good enough for you. And it's never going to work. And if I think I'm not complete and not whole, then the universe has to show me this reality that shows that, see, you're right, you're not whole. See, the guy's not there. See, the money's not there. Therefore, you're not complete yet. Because if you were, right, our brain's like, well, if I was good enough, my dad would be here. If I was good enough, the guy would have chosen me. If I was good enough, I would have a job. If I was good enough, money would be there. So our brain says, because I don't have any of these things, therefore I'm not good enough. No. It is because you think you're not good enough that those things are not there. Because we can say, well, the neighbor, is she not good enough? No. What about these people there? Are they not good enough? They don't work? No. Some of them don't work and they're freaking multi-billionaire, right? So it's not working or not working is not what makes you have more value. It's not because you're working that you're poor or that you're rich. It's all about your vibration and how you see yourself. But yeah, if you think, for me it was like, well, if I was good enough, coach, or if I was good enough, I would have money. I would have more money. Yeah, and that is not true. I am good enough, no matter what. I'm not good enough because I don't have a husband that's alive. No, that's not true. I am good enough, even if I'm single. And good enough just to be alive, right? Good enough. One of the hamster, because now it's nighttime, right? So the hamsters, they're very active. Last night I couldn't sleep. Oh, my cat, she's like excited. Like she's playing with the hamster to the cage. But last night they went to bed very late. But one of the hamsters, instead of rolling in the wheel, like the wheel is very close to the wall like this. And so he comes in like nestle himself is back there and then he runs. So the wheel runs here and he runs on top of the wheel. He runs like this with his back to the wall. Like, are you stuck? No, he's not stuck. He's doing it on purpose. It's hilarious. I'm like, I need to take a video. And then my cat, she's like, those little hamsters, they provide a lot of entertainment. Even, it's way better than watching TV. There's no drama, there's no chaos. There's no somebody dying. Like my cat just looked at it. And yesterday the cages were on the floor in the girl's bedroom. And Puppy was like, was trying to get the hamster through the cage. But yeah, so if you believe that no matter what you don't have is because you're not good enough. Right? If I had it, I would be good enough. You already are worthy and good enough as you are. Right? Because it's like, if you guys love me so much, and if you believe, well, if I was good enough, the girl would be here. If I was good enough, I would have a job or something. Well, imagine you're saying that about me. Do you believe I'm good enough? Yes. Well, I'm not working. I don't have a boyfriend. Because whatever you're applying to you, apply it to me. Does it make sense? No, I still am good enough even if I don't have a boyfriend, right? Well, apply that to yourself. That's how I do the work myself. If I'm going to judge myself, I'm going to say and apply it to everyone. I'm like, oh, that doesn't make sense. And actually, I'm like, ew, that's just harsh. In my shower, right? like when I took my shower earlier, was like, at one point I started crying. Well, I cried a lot. I cried for literally 45 minutes. I emptied the hot shower tank. Okay, when I do those crying sessions, which are my healing session, this is way better than therapy. When I do those crying sessions, I release so much shit. I empty the hot water tank, and I'm fully okay with that. I'm fully okay. I'm like, girls, I'm out. I'll be right back later. You can watch your cartoons. I'm going in the shower. And yes, I empty the hot water tank. And but it just feels so nice because then I can like cry out of my nose, my snot, and just like the saliva, and just be my ugly cry. And not care, I can just go and like just in the heat of the shower, and feels really. I feel held. Like I'm going on the floor in a little ball, and a lot of the time I will shower, and then at one point I just sit in a little. I just sit like near the faucet, and I let the water run here. So it's a steam. My house, my bathroom is a steam room. And I don't even get wet, just a little bit, just my butt is wet, so. But, and if it wastes water, I don't give a shit. I am worth it. I don't like to do a lot of waste, but that water is going back in the water, and like in the river, whatever, the fleuve, it's going back there, it's going to be filtered, and it's going to come back. So, there's an abundance of water for everyone on the planet. We just got to believe it to see it. And, yeah. But I was like, at one point I was like, oh my God. Because I grieve and I cry a lot. And I know there's still some anger because sometimes my kids do stuff, I'm like, ah. And I still scream at them at times. Like just when they don't listen after like the fourth, fifth time, I'm very patient. I'm going to give myself that. I'm very patient. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like a bad mom. And the voice in my head said, you're not a bad mom. You're a grieving mom. Fuck, I lost it again. I cried. I'm like, oh my God, I am not a bad mom. I just am a mom who's very sad and grieving the death of her husband. God, man, hey, fuck you for, like, shit. Like, give yourself a fucking shit break. Like, Steve, come on. I'm like, oh man, that was a good release. You're not a bad mom. Yes, you get angry, and you're teaching your kids that it's okay to be angry. You're teaching your kids it's okay to cry. And you're teaching your kids to count on you if they have emotion, and to anyway. And so your anger is actually also changing stuff for the best, right? So, but yeah, now I'm starting to get cold, so I'm gonna go take a shower. I got spray net in my hair. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, I'm starting. My body, my nervous system's like shutting down. My fingers just got cold all of a sudden. So my heart's pumping blood for the organs. I don't feel like in fight or flight though. I don't feel triggered by anything, but my body's saying otherwise. So we'll go shower, give it a nice warm water. So far I don't have anything to cry about. Which I'm like, I've done a lot of release tonight. But to be able to accept my friend, to allow her to care for me when I was crying, that was huge for me. And I even cried a little bit at the table. So that was opening up. Because my goal is to be able to accept more love from more people, from all of you, my fans, and my friends, and family, and to allow people to love me so that I can, and actually that I feel it. I have so many people who love me, who love on me, and I said, oh yeah, of course people love me, like I'm so adorable and I'm lovable, right? I had to, of course people love you, you're lovable. At one point, that's what I had to tell me, and it sounds arrogant. I'm like, oh, of course love me, of course you find me pretty, thank you, right? But now I really want to receive it, right? Because I receive it, but it doesn't land like, right? Just like, yeah, it's a fact that I'm pretty, it's a fact that I'm awesome, it's a fact, it's just a fact. But I also want to be able to receive it fully. My God, it feels like I've held my breath for so long. Anyway, you guys, I wish you an amazing night. We're going to take a quick shower. This one will just be a wash and go to bed. It was a pleasure talking to myself. I love talking to me. Oh my god. I really do. I really do. I record this here because I could just look at myself in the mirror and talk to me in the mirror, right? I could do that. But at the same time, I know that whoever is watching, please do write in the comment that you watched it. You don't have to say what you like or not. Just if I help you, or just say, hey, I watched it. Because I do a lot of stuff and I know it helps people. But just to see like, oh, cool, there are people who actually are watching. Because I hear people say, hey, I watched your live yesterday, and oh, cool. So do let me know that you watched my content. And I'm opening my heart to receiving this, because when you take the time to spend an hour, a few minutes in my content, in my energy, it definitely, I'm not looking for validation, but it definitely feels very loving that you choose to spend time with me, which I really, really, really appreciate. Anybody who chooses to spend their day, spend their few minutes, like they choose me, it's very like heart-opening and heartwarming, and I receive it. So please do let me know if you've watched this, and know that you watched it fully or not. I love you so much. I am worthy that people watch it or not. To me, it's from me. It's very fun. I love sharing my breakthroughs because I know there's so much wisdom in them, and a lot of people can start saying, hey, how can I process my own emotion, and like, how can I feel this stuff? It's right there. So you guys, I wish you all a good night, and I will see you next time. Bye.